Okay, let's unpack this. We've all been there, right? You pull out your smartphone, you're ready to capture something amazing.
Yeah, like a great view or the kids doing something hilarious.
Exactly. Or maybe just a random moment, you hit record thinking this is going to be great.
Uh-huh.
And then you watch it back, and, well, it's just shaky.
Yeah. That dreaded wobble.
It just looks amateur,
Yeah.
you know? Even though these fun cameras are, like, incredibly powerful now, getting that smooth pro look, it feels impossible sometimes.
Well, what's fascinating here and what we found digging into all this is that it's really not impossible anymore. It's actually become pretty accessible.
Okay.
So today we're going to cut through the noise. We're looking at one specific bit of tech that's honestly a shortcut to way better video.
A shortcut. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Our mission for this deep dive is basically to help you turn that everyday phone footage into something that looks, polished, stable, really captivating. By understanding these things called 3-axis smartphone gimbals, they're not just another gadget. They're like key to unlocking what your phone can really do with video.
A gimbal, right.
We want to give you the essential info so you feel totally clued in about this stuff. It's pretty game-changing.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me then. You say 3-axis gimbal.
Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds super technical, like pro filmmaker gear.
It sounds like, yeah.
But how does that 3-axis thing actually fix the shaky shots we were just talking about? Can you, break that down? Why is that the secret sauce?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So think of it like this. A 3-axis gimbal has 3 tiny, really smart motors inside.
Okay, motors.
Yeah, and each one is basically working to stop your phone moving in one specific direction. So one motor handles the pan, that's your side-to-side movement, like if you're following a person walking past.
Right.
Another motor deals with tilt. That's the up and down. So if you're filming someone jumping or you look up at a tall building, it keeps that smooth. And the third one manages roll. That stops any, twisting. It keeps the horizon perfectly level, which is huge.
Okay. No more crooked shots.
Exactly. These little motors are constantly making tiny adjustments, like hundreds of times a second. They're basically canceling out your hand shaking.
So it's not just dampening it, it's actively fighting it.
Precisely. It actively counteracts every little bump, every wobble, and the immediate result. Your footage is just incredibly smooth, super steady. It doesn't matter if you're walking or even lightly jogging.
Wow.
It gets rid of that distracting jitter completely, and boom, your videos instantly look way more professional, higher quality.
So it's basically like having a tiny, super smooth camera crew built into this little device. The viewer just watches the scene, not my shaky hands.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
That makes a ton of sense. Now, our sources also mentioned that people are using these for way more than just, smoothing out holiday videos. Who's this really for? What can you, listening right now, actually do with one?
Oh, the versatility is, I think, what really makes them stand out. It's not just for one type of person.
No.
Well, travel vlogging, obviously, or just documenting trips. It makes everything look like a polished travel show, even if you're just wandering around. Absolute game changer there.
Okay.
Parents, huge. Recording kids' milestones, those little moments you don't want ruined by shaky cam. Growth diaries, stuff like that.
Yeah, kids move fast and unpredictably.
Exactly. And even just everyday stuff like capturing funny pet videos makes them way better.
Definitely.
And then there's the whole content creator world, YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTok folks, even students doing film projects. It gives you that pro look without needing, super expensive gear.
Right, democratizing that quality.
Totally. Plus sports, outdoor activities.
Yeah.
You get clear action shots. And even just selfies or live streams are better stable, smooth, keeps you framed nicely.
That's actually a really wide range. It sounds like it just takes away a lot of the technical headache, letting you focus on the actual thing you're filming.
That's a huge part of it.
But you also mentioned, well, our sources hinted, it's not just about fixing shakes. It opens up creative possibilities. What's the sort of bigger picture here?
Yeah, definitely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's way more than just stability, although that's fundamental, right? Reduced shake, professional footage, tick. But it also lets you do creative shots that are just, really hard or impossible to do smoothly by hand.
Like what?
Like executing a perfect tracking shot, following someone smoothly through a crowd, or even cool effects like mimicking a dolly zoom, where the background changes size but the person stays the same. You can do that with your phone.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. And the other big thing is that lots of these gimbals are multitaskers now. They often double as a selfie stick.
Oh, handy.
They can act as a stable holder for live streams, and many even have a little tripod built into the handle.
A built-in tripod. Okay, that's clever.
It really is. So you're basically getting like 3 or 4 tools in one compact thing. Simplifies your gear big time.
That's genuinely impressive. One device doing all that. It
Yeah.
really does sound like it makes fancier video techniques much more accessible.
Exactly.
Okay, so if someone listening is thinking, all right, I'm sold, I need one. Our research definitely highlighted a couple that kept coming up. Real standouts.
Yeah, there were definitely a couple that got consistent praise.
Let's dig into those. What makes these the ones to beat?
Right. So one that frequently gets called out, almost like a no-brainer buy if it fits the budget, is the Insta360 Flow.
Insta360 Flow.
Yes.
Okay. Why is it so good?
Well, a few key things. First, it's AI deep tracking combined with something called dynamic zoom. It's incredibly smart tracking.
Who's smart?
Like, it uses fancy algorithms to predict where your subject is going and locks on really tightly. Doesn't matter if it's your kid running around like crazy, someone skateboarding, even skiing, according to some sources, it just sticks to them.
Wow.
And it does auto framing too, so it keeps your subject composed nicely in the shot, almost like a virtual camera operator. Super polished results without you constantly fiddling.
That tracking sounds like it takes a massive weight off your shoulders, especially with unpredictable subjects, like it frames it for you.
It really does. And then it's got versatile tracking options, especially using Apple's DocKit integration.
DocKit. What's that?
It's basically a framework Apple provides that lets accessories like Gimbals talk to the iPhone really, really efficiently, ensures super precise tracking and control.
Ah, okay, so good for iPhone users.
Yeah, makes it great for things like live streams, video calls, virtual meetings. It keeps you perfectly framed. It can even track multiple people at once.
Multi-person. Okay, that's useful for group shots or family stuff.
Definitely. And then there's the design. It has a built-in mirror handy for vlogging or selfies. It is an extendable selfie stick. And it has that built-in tripod.
All in one?
All in one, so convenient, especially for solo creators or travelers. And crucially, it folds up tiny, like genuinely pocket-sized, perfect for taking anywhere, domestic trips, international, slides right in.
Okay, that's a seriously feature-packed, smart, and portable option. But there was another big name that kept popping up too, right? The DJI Gimbal. They have a different approach.
Yes, absolutely. DJI is huge in this space, obviously known for drones and stabilization. Their Osmo Mobile series is also incredibly popular and highly recommended.
What's at their angle?
One of their signature things is often the magnetic clamp design.
Magnetic?
Yeah, you put a little magnetic clamp on your phone and then it's just snapped onto the gimbal. Super quick to attach and detach.
Oh, I can see how that would be faster.
People love it for that.
Yeah.
Cuts down setup time massively, means you're less likely to miss that spontaneous moment because you were struggling to mount your phone.
Good point. What about tracking?
They also have really strong AI tracking, very similar in capability to the Insta360. Great for those dynamic scenes, kids, pets, you name it. Delivers that really smooth footage.
Okay.
What some people really highlight with DJI, though, is often how intuitive the controls feel and how polished and user-friendly their companion app is.
Easier for beginners, maybe.
Often cited as being particularly good for beginners, yeah. Very accessible right out of the box. They also tend to have dedicated shooting modes, like Spin Shot for cool rotating effects, or story mode templates that help you quickly create edited clips, really geared towards simplifying creative shooting.
Interesting. So it sounds like both are top tier, but maybe Insta360 pushes the integration and AI framing, while DJI nails that magnetic convenience and has a super slick app experience, maybe especially for newcomers.
That's a pretty fair summary. Based on what we've seen, it often comes down to which of those specific features resonates most with what you need.
Great distinction. Okay, this brings us to the practical stuff, especially for travelers or just anyone carrying this around. The big one, can you actually take a gimbal on a plane? Batteries, electronics. Feels tricky.
Yeah, that's a super common and important question. And the simple answer is yes, you generally can. Gimbals are electronic devices allowed on board. But, and this is the crucial bit, if your gimbal has a built-in lithium battery, which almost all of them do nowadays, it must go in your carry-on luggage. Absolutely cannot be in checked bags.
Why is that?
It's a standard airline safety rule for anything with lithium batteries. There's a small fire risk, and they want those devices in the cabin where issues can be dealt with, not hidden away in the cargo hold.
Ah, okay. That's a really important safety heads up. Don't check your gimbal.
Definitely not. Keep it with you.
Does that apply to other similar gear too, like those little pocket cameras or extra batteries?
Yes, absolutely. It's the same rule. So things like the DJI Pocket 3, carry-on only, Insta360 cameras, carry-on,
Yeah.
other DJI Osmo gimbals, carry-on. Even spare GoPro batteries definitely carry-on, not checked.
Okay.
And power banks too, same deal. Carry-on only, and usually there's a limit, typically around 100 watt-hours, but most standard ones are fine.
Good to know the whole range. Keep your battery tech with you in the cabin. Got it.
Exactly. Safety first and avoids hassle at the airport.
What about other accessories you might pack? Like maybe a bigger tripod than the tiny built-in one? Or remote controls? Any travel rules there?
Tripods are usually more flexible. They can typically go in either carry-on or checked luggage.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the size, really. If it's a big one, you might need to check it or maybe break it down. Just check your airline size limits for carry-on.
Right. And remotes.
Most simple wireless remotes, like the kind that pair with the gimbal for start-stop, usually fine in carry-on, no problem.
Yeah.
But if it's a more complex remote, especially one with strong transmission capabilities, like a controller for a high-end drone, it's probably wise just to double-check the specific airline's policy. Sometimes there are extra rules for those. Better safe than sorry.
Good advice. Now, we've talked loads about video, obviously.
Yeah.
But can these things help with photos too? And any quick tips for using them with a tripod, even the built-in ones?
Oh yeah, definitely good for photos too. Most gimbals connect to your phone, usually via Bluetooth or through their app. And they almost always have photo controls right there on the handle, like a shutter button, maybe zoom controls, so you can snap pictures that are also perfectly stable. Really helps get sharper shots, especially in lower light where handshake kills photos.
Makes sense. Less blur.
Exactly. And a quick pro tip that came up a lot, always try to balance your phone properly on the gimbal before you power it on.
Balance it first. Why?
It just makes the motors work less hard. They don't have to fight an off-kilter phone. Gives you smoother results and probably better battery life, too.
Clever. And for tripod use?
Simple stuff, mostly. Put it on a flat, solid surface. Extend the legs fully so it's stable. Adjust the angle so it's balanced. If you're outside and it's windy, maybe weigh the tripod down with a bag or use clamps if you have them, just for extra stability.
Solid tips.
And don't forget to play with the modes. Many gimbals have cool photo modes, too, like super stable panoramas or motion time lapses called hyperlapses, stuff you couldn't easily do handheld.
Okay, so we've really seen how these 3-axis gimbals aren't just, another gadget to buy. They seem genuinely transformative.
They really can be.
Taking your phone videos and photos from to something that looks genuinely professional, cinematic even, all by killing that shake and offering creative options.
Right. Effortlessly.
We've covered how easy they can be, how versatile they are for travel, family, creators, everything. And these really smart features like the AI tracking. It's impressive stuff.
Which sort of brings us to a final thought, really. A question for you listening.
Okay.
Given everything we've unpacked today, all the ways these gimbals can smooth things out and unlock creativity, what specific story are you now thinking about telling? Or what memory do you really want to capture with that extra layer of polish and stability? Maybe it's finally starting that travel vlog you dreamed of, or capturing those fleeting family moments without the wobble. Or perhaps it's just diving into that creative project you've had on the back burner. What's the vision it unlocks for you?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah.
It really is about bringing your vision to life, but with that professional edge. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into smartphone gimbals.
My pleasure.
We really hope you feel inspired, maybe a bit more tech-savvy, and ready to explore how tools like these can seriously elevate your own creative work.